1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 567, Pirates at Astros. Welcome back, baseball fans. 1971-74 Carryover League. We are in the National League trying to get 2 more playoff teams into our league as the postseason race to the pennant tournament is in its final stages here. Let's take a peek at where we're at. The American League has resolved itself. Their tournament is over and the playoffs are ready. It was the Eastern teams, Yankees and Blue Jays, knocking out the Expos and Indians, and the Orioles holding on barely for the division title in a tie, with beating the Yankees head-to-head as a tiebreaker. So Detroit is a bye at 1, and the Orioles a bye at 2. Then you have the A's, number 3, hosting the Toronto Blue Jays, and that should be fun, as the Blue Jays have had a remarkable season. Super Cinderella. I mean, Cinderella's not good enough with what Toronto's doing. This is a historic performance by a ragtag team. Number 5 Yankees will visit the number 4 White Sox. Battle of pinstripes there. In the National League, though, we are beginning the final block. Teams 5, 6, 7, and 8. Their final face-off here. Currently, you have to look at it as that the Astros and the Cardinals are in the playoffs, and it's up to the Pirates and Phillies to knock them out. That's a way of looking at it. Houston with a 5th record. The Cardinals 6th and Phillies 7th. St. Louis got home field, but basically the same record. And then the 8th team is the Pirates, who you can say shouldn't be here. 1971 should have been very kind to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They won that World Series. They had the best record in baseball in the National League in 1972. They don't have anything to show for it, and they're at 500. And the math today, because they're down 2 full games with 3 games left for the playoff start, means that Pittsburgh has to win all 3 games. Winning games 1 and 2 puts them in a tie with the Astros, so therefore the 3rd game will be the tiebreaker. Astros just need to win a game. If they lose game 1, game 2 will be in Pittsburgh, but game 3 back home with the Astros. And today, after the break between the second round of the tournament, both teams will send their aces out. In the case of the Pittsburgh Pirates, it's Steve Blass. 15-game winner, 249 innings, and a 2.85 ERA for Steve Blass. He was the 71 World Series Game 7 winning pitcher. He could really use something like that today, because if he loses, their season's over. The Astros, with a little bit of cushion, they're still going to send their best dude out there. That's Larry Dierker. No brainer here. Very similar numbers to Blass. 15 wins, 339 ERA, 215 innings. You have Steve Blass, Larry Dierker. They're both starter 8s. So it should be a low-scoring affair, we believe. From Houston, the 8th wonder of the world. Let's get started. Leading off, it's Richie Hebner. He has taken over that role in the absence of a true leadoff hitter because of his ability to get some walks, work some on-base percentage. 6-11 off Dierker's a K. Roberto Clemente, 2-3, bounce to 3rd. And Willie Stargell, 2-7, is a strikeout. 3 up and 3 down. Bottom of 1, the toy cannon, Jim Wynn. 6-6, flies to right. Joe Morgan, his final year with the Astros, 1-4, grounds to 3rd. Bob Watson, 48, is a walk. 2 outs, it's Cesar Cedeno, 5-10, another walk. Steve Blass, we would know later in this decade he would start to lose control. Hopefully it's not today. 2 on, 2 outs for Jose Cruz. 64 is catcher's X. This is Sanguine, a 1-11. He makes the play. Top of 2. Bob Robertson, 2-7 is a K. Al Oliver, 64, pops to second. And Rennie Stennett, 68, is single 1-7. Misses it off the dirt card. Bottom of 2. Danny Cater, 1-8, short. Johnny Edwards, 1-8, walk. Roger Metzger, 111 is a strikeout. And with 2 outs, Joe Haig, 2-7 is a K. Scoreless. Into the third we go. The Cobra, Dave Parker, 1-7, he gets on base. Double 1-4, base hit. Manny Sanguian, 5-11 off Durker, is left X. That is Win, a 3-3 in left field. He makes the catch. Larry Milbourne, the shortstop, 2-6, fielder's choice. Milbourne is there. B stealer with 2 outs. Let's shake it up a bit. He's going to try a stolen base. And this is going to be close, but he's going to be out by a whisker. Yes, he's out stealing. He tried it, got thrown out 11. Oh well. Pirates trying everything this year, folks. Really, it's been a debacle. They're really just waiting for the luck to change. I mean, there's not much more that can be done. If you've been following me in Strat with this Pirate team, it's the most talented team in all of baseball, and they've been 500 for 2 years now. So I'm at my wit's end. We're just going to play this thing casually and see what happens. Jim Wynn, 68, pops to short. Joe Morgan, 1-7 walks. Double A stealer will take off against Sanguian. This is close. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. He's barely safe by a whisker. Bob Watson, 37 is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs. 2 on, 1 out, should say. For Cedeno, 56 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Jose Cruz. 54 is a pop to second base. Blast, 5 walks, no hits. Into the 4th. Back up top, Richie Hebner. 46. Off Durker, single 1-4. And he gets it. Big hit there for Hebner. Get this thing started for the Pirates. Roberto Clemente, 49, and there we go. Double 1, single ... And the Pirates have it going today. They got runners on the corners, nobody out. They're going to play back for Pop Stargell. 65, pops to the second. They're going to play back for Bob Robertson. 46, second X. Here we go, folks. This is Joe Morgan in his final stint with the Astros. Kind of had a bad year. He could fix a lot right now, this moment. He's a 2-12 second baseman. And that is your GBA for your 2 second basemen. And the Pirates, they get nothing again. Runners on corners, nobody out. They get nothing. Danny Cater, 39, flies to left. Eventually, at a certain point, we're going to have guys like Clemente try and steal home to get runs for the Pirates. It's come to that. Johnny Edwards, 47, base hit. Roger Metzger, 310, flies to right. Joe Haig, 2-6, flies to right field. So, Blast finally gives up a hit, but no walks. And we go to the 5th, scoreless in the Astrodome. Al Oliver, 1-9, lines of first. Rennie Stennett, 69, base hit. The Cobra, Dave Parker, 46 is that single chance again, 1-4. This time he doesn't get it. And Manny Sanguian, 66. Short X, you got Roger Metzger, 1-14 shortstop. Can fix a lot of things. And there we go. Scoreless. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right. Bottom of the 5th. Jim Wynn will lead it off. 66, flies to the right. Joe Morgan, 6-12. First C. And Bob Watson, 110, grounds the 3rd. Nice game for Blast today, a 1-hitter. Top of the 6th, it's Larry Milbourne. 46, that's single chance again, and it's hit again. And Durker doesn't appreciate that sort of thing. Single 1-4, hit twice today. All right, 3rd time around the Pirate lineup. Time to start introducing batting averages. 300 hitting Richie Hebner. 57, he skies the center field. 341, hitting Roberto Clemente. 64, pops the first. And we have 295 and 48 home run hitting Willie Stargell. He strikes out. No, he walks. My bad. 2 on, 2 outs for Bob Robertson. He of the 26 homers and a 271 batting average. He was the 8th best hitter on that 71 team. 1-6 is ball 4. Okay, this is the at-bat that counts the most. You got the bases loaded, biggest at-bat for your playoff chances to this point, and you got Al Oliver, the .312 hitter, at the plate. And Durker's better against righties and lefties. This is not a good look if Oliver can deliver the clutch hit. The pitch to Al Oliver. 2-5, and look at this, folks. Look at it. They've delivered something, and it's Al Oliver. It's triple. 1-4. Let's take a look at the card, for Pete's sakes. There you go. Yet another 300 All-Star. You could just play the All-Star game, be the Pirates, if you really wanted to. If you like a 500 team to represent your league. But there you go, Al Oliver. Triple, 1-4 double for the .312 hitting Oliver. My God, it's like a circus here. That is a double. And Bob Robertson, he's thinking about it. He's making a wide turn at third base. It's 10, 11, 12. But you got the -3 arm of Cedeno. So we'll squash that little attempt. He'll put the brakes on. He ain't going to take on Cedeno. So you have second and third. And it's Rennie Stennett, the number 6 hitter. 353. Let's see what he can do. You got a bag open. You could walk him and face Dave Parker, a 288 hitter. That's not Durker's style. He'll battle Stennett. 2 runs scored, 2 on, and 2 outs. Pitch to Rennie Stennett. 46, second X. This is Morgan. 2E12 at first, at second. Makes the play. So give the Pirates a little bit of love there. They got a couple runs. 2-0. Now Steve Blass has to hang on to this thing, and they do have Ramon Hernandez and Justy. And keep in mind, though, the Pirates have to win 3 games, so they can't go all willy-nilly here and wear out your bullpen in game 1 and not have them available in 2 and 3. So we're going to push Blass here to lead the Pirates to the promised land. Bottom to 6th. Cesar, wait a minute. One more thing. One more little thing we're going to do here is we're going to pull Rennie Stennett. And he can take his skillet that he uses for a glove into the dugout with him. And we're going to put Bill Mazeroski at second base. Now they feel a little more comfortable with some defense. Bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Pirates. It'll be Cedeno. 65. Flies to center. Jose Cruz. 312. Second A plus injury. They lose an outfielder. They don't have a lot of them. They don't have a lot of outfielders. How are they going to figure this one out? Joe Haig or Bob Watson? Oh boy. Yeah, one of those guys has to go to the outfield. I guess it'll be Watson. He'll take over in right field as a 4+3 E12. That'll be fun. And they'll bring in Doug Rader to play third base in that spot. So at least you get a 1 at third base after the injury with 2 outs. Danny Cater. 58 is a strikeout. Steve Blass, a little fist pump there. He's not getting overly, he's seen too much failure in the last couple of years by this Pirates squad, and it's just a 2-0 game for Pete's sakes. Top of the 7th, it's the Cobra, Dave Parker. I'll give you his batting average last at bat. 1-6, let's take a look at the card for Baby Snakes. The Cobra, but he's a rookie, so let's call him Baby Cobra or Baby Snakes here. This is Dave Parker. And this is the unique situation where Roberto Clemente can play beyond his tragedy because it's a 4-year carryover league. Clemente plays in the 72, which means he can play through to the 75 carryover league. And this is why we have a glut of outfielders on the Pirates. We had to send Matty Alou away, Gene Klein's away, Vic Davalillo away. We have Parker, we have Oliver, we have Stargell, we have Clemente. So we have the DH, first base, and corner outfield spots locked up with no real true center fielder. Al Oliver is forced to play there. 288 season in a platoon. 1-6 is Triple 1-4, double the rest. But he gets the triple. With Sanguine, they're going to bring the infield up. 54, short X. My bad, center X. Well, it's funny, you got ones in both spots, but it's a 1E8 in center field. And you get a fly ball 8. No sac fly on a fly ball 8. No B. And that's on a rangy 2, and Cedeno is a rangy 1. So it's just a fly ball 8. Still up for Larry Milbourne. 37. Milbourne delivers a single on his card, and it's 3-zip. Back up top to Hebner. 58, pops to first. 2 outs. Roberto Clemente, 112, pitcher A. Pirates getting a good game today on YouTube for you folks. You don't get to see a lot from this team because they've just not played great baseball this season. Steve Blass with a 1-hitter and a bunch of walks. Stretch time in Houston. We are enjoying the moving sidewalks. This is Billy Gibbons, a ZZ Top in his psychedelic age in the 60s. This song here is a killer. No Good to Cry. Let's throw this one down. Maybe the Astros will rally. Wild Weeds cover done by Moving Sidewalks. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 game. Johnny Edwards leads off. 67, pops to second. Roger Metzger. 56, that's going to be short X. Milbourne's a 338. Trying to make a defensive play, he cannot. A single off the unrangy 3. Metzger's at first with 1 out. Number 9 hitter, Joe Haig. 1-9 is a fielder's choice. Back up top, 2 outs. The Toy Cannon, Jim Wynn. 45, base hit off the blast card. Haig will settle at second base. No reason to get thrown out of third. Down 3 runs. And with 2 on and 2 outs, your batter is Joe Morgan. Let's take a look, folks. The Joe Morgan card, 1971. Final year here before the big move to the Big Red Machine next year. 13 homers, 256, 88 walks, double-A stealer, a 2 at second. He'll improve to a 1. He'll get 20-some homers, walk 100-some times. And yeah, he'll have a heck of a card. They're probably going to go to the 75 Morgan card next year, if I had to predict it. But anyway, don't want to get too ahead of myself. 2 on, 2 outs. The pitch to Joe Morgan. 37 is going to be a base hit to left field. Haig, do you try and get 1 run in? Cut it to 2. Haig is a 13, 12 runner. It's a 12 runner. 12, 13, 14. You got Stargell with a -4 arm. Oh boy. But you got Bob. I'm going to go let Bob Watson hit away. I know it's a 50% chance, but I'm down 3. I want a 2-run single or a grand slam to give him the lead here. Let's take a look with the bases loaded and 2 outs at Bob Watson. Reasonable chance you get the bases loaded walk anyway and get that run. A 312 hitter, 16 home runs, 85 walks in 1973. Steve Blass will battle him. He's a starter 8, so he doesn't hit a point of weakness. He's throwing a shutout, and it's put up or shut up time for these Pirates. Need to make a pitch here, need to get a play here. Much like you got the bases loaded hit there with 2 outs, you need to deny the bases loaded hit with 2 outs. That's what championship teams do. Let's see if the Pirates have what it takes. Here is the pitch. 1-6 is a bouncer to short, and the Pirates have what it takes today, folks. They leave them loaded, and it is still a 3-0 game. This is how the Pirates should have been playing for a few years. They're doing it today. We go to the 8th. Durker continues. Willie Stargell, 5'10", center X. This again is Daniel, 1 in center field, makes the catch. Bob Robertson, 2'7" is a K. And Al Oliver, 6'11", K. One bad inning. You could argue one really bad pitch here by Durker. We have a 3-0 game into the bottom of the 8th. Blast will continue. Puts a couple guys on. Even with a shutout, we might yank him because we have Hernandez and Justy. Great relievers having average years. Here we go. Cesar Cedeno. 110, base hit. Being held on, double-A stealer. -3 arm catcher. No need to steal against a -3 arm catcher. And now you got Doug Rader in the spot Jose Cruz was in. Let's take a look at this guy. Doug Rader, a .237 hitting third baseman with plenty of power, 22 home runs. Kind of put into a platoon with Danny Cater, mostly because Cater hits 300, 70 points better. Rader comes in late in games for defense. Comes in today because of an injury. Here's the pitch. Doug Rader. 2-7 is a K. Yeah, Jose Cruz, we didn't get hurt with a single. All right, so now you got Danny Cater with 1 out and a man at first. 56 is a strikeout. 2 outs, Johnny Edwards. 111 pops to first base, Steve Blass. 3-0 shutout. We go to the 9th. Durker is going to finish this thing. It'll be Bill Mazeroski. 6-11 walk, Dave Parker. 6-10 catcher's X. Edwards a 40-13. Yikes. But he gets a foul out on a 4 catcher. You don't see that very often. Sanguian. 46, second X. This is Morgan again. 2E12, second baseman. Another double play. Is that 3 today? Or 2? Well, he's got 1 double play, 1 force out. And this is a double play. Okay. Bottom of the 9th, 3-0. Blass. If he had put some guys on the 8th, I think of getting the bullpen ready. But right now, you need to put 3 guys on to break Blass. And so he is going to try and finish this thing so that their bullpen can be completely ready for possible games 2 and 3 with lesser pitchers. So, and those lesser pitchers would be Jim Rooker and Bob Moose. So, bottom of the 9th for the Astros. Last chance. They had their best chance in the 7th inning. They've collected 5 singles today and 5 walks. No runs. Roger Metzger leads it off. 58 flies to right. Number 9 hitter Joe Haig. 1-8 is a walk, and that's what he needed to do. So we can get Wynn, Morgan, Watson, and Cedeno to determine this game. Back up top, the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn. 2-3 for Jim Wynn is a 6-4-3 double play, and there's your ball game. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Not a good day for the Stros offense at all. Steve Blass has them in control. They had chances early with guys reaching base. They had 3 batters in the 7th. A couple complete games. The difference, Oliver hit his card. Both, by the way, Al Oliver and Bob Watson, this is kind of interesting. They're both 312 hitters with the 2-5-10 card. It's kind of funny, almost identical cards. So Al Oliver hit his, he rolled a 2-5, and Watson rolled a 1 column, 1-6. There's your ball game. That's the difference of this game. 3-zip. And frankly, good news for the Pirates. About time that, you know, things went their way. I know what you're going to say, but the Astros have a little bit of cushion here. They can afford to lose a game now and then. So, I'm an unbiased commissioner. I sound like I'm sticking a fork in the Pirates a lot. It's just frustration from using these cards and not getting, you know, a 10, 12, 15, 16 run game every once in a while. Just obliterating the opposition with arguably the best offense of all 32 teams. Really have never gotten a complete annihilation of an opponent by the Pirates. 1009, 0109, 0538. 3566-6635. Game 1. Their American League counterparts, the Cleveland Indians, did not win in Game 1. Got eliminated. It's kind of interesting. The Indians actually beat up on the Houston Astros in a big way, like 27-8 in interleague play in 2 games. And yet the Indians have just been eliminated. Houston has lost, but they're in much better shape with 2 more tries to get to the playoffs. There's no celebrating in Chicago. The Cubs still have not clinched their division yet. So the teams were 4-0. Now they're going to be 3 games over and 1 game over. Yeah. Oh, Durker had a loss, not a win. I had it backwards. Let's see if I can fix that really quickly here. Right, so there we are. We're 20-17 for Houston. 3 games over 500 now. And the Pirates should be 21-20. I flipped that the wrong way. Look at that. I gave the wrong one. All I did was I put the win and loss on the wrong pitcher by mistake in that. So I can fix that pretty simply here. Trust me, Pirates don't need extra losses on clerical errors with the way they've been playing. Alright, so the Pirates are now 21-20. They are over the 500 mark, and they are officially 1 game behind Houston with 2 games left. Also, Game 2, that will be in Pittsburgh. They're going to need the home fans to really support them there and help them along in their quest to win 3 straight games in the playoffs, to get to the playoffs. That's it for now. We'll give you the results of Game 2 and Game 3 if necessary at the end of the video. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, baseball fans. We got bonus baseball here. Just want to show you something at this present time. The Houston Astros are 20-18, and the Pirates 22-20. Both teams 2 over 500 because the Pirates have won Game 2. I'll show you that really quickly, folks. In Game 2, remember I said I've yet to see the Pirates just destroy somebody? The Pirates just destroyed somebody. They blew up Ken Forsch 13-1 in Three Rivers Stadium. It was over by the 3rd inning. Mercy. Remember how Al Oliver had that 2-run double? Well, he added a 2-run homer, a 2-run triple, an RBI single, and a solo shot. So Al Oliver is red freaking hot for the Pirates when they need him. And the Pirates are actually, everybody's hot in this game. Pirates win, forcing a Game 3, and that's where I'm at. I'm in the middle of it, folks. Thought I would turn the cameras on and take you to where we are at live. We are 6 innings in to the ultimate playoff qualifying game between the Pirates and Astros. Bob Moose and the Pirates, Bob Johnson and the Astros. A 2-run homer by Jim Wynn the Toy Cannon. A solo shot by Bob Robertson is all the scoring. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Rennie Stennett leading off, 2 for 2 today. 210, grounds to short. Dave Parker, 1-8 is a base hit. Johnson's a starter 7. They're going to stick with him though. Manny Sanguillen, 2-4 is a 5-4-3 double play off the Sanguillen card. Folks, the Pirates just scored 13 runs in Game 2, and they've Just got one here, down 2-1. Don't you think they want some of those extra runs they had? Stretch time in Houston. We're now listening to Gene Clark's No Other LP, 1974. Great LP, Gene Clark, giving you the soundtrack here back in the Astrodome. We had Billy Gibbons earlier, Gene Clark now. In the bottom of the 7th, Bob Moose, starter 7, will continue in this one. It's going to be Danny Cater leading off. 5-10. Off of Moose, homer 1, fly ball, misses it, of course. Johnny Edwards, 6-11. Pitcher X. Moose is an E12. 2, E12. Makes the play. Roger Metzger, 2-9. Pops to short. Any more defense to support? Mr. Johnson. Frank Lindsay is ready in the bullpen if needed. He's their closer. Doug Rader will come in and play third base for Danny Cater in this one. And that's all the defense you need. You don't need Mankey. You got better defenders all over the infield. Great infield defense. 1s and 2s everywhere. Okay, 6 outs to go for Bob Johnson and company. And the Pirates, this is their final test. We told you how terrible they've been. They've done the first 2 steps of their recovery in an attempt to get to this on the horizon. This is sort of like a pirate ship, you know, looking into the distance for land. Out at sea, trying to find land to get to that World Series, and this is their last chance. It really is, folks. It really is. 6 more outs, they don't score a run. We can say bye-bye to that boat, that pirate ship. They can just stay on it, walk the plank or whatever. All right, Larry Milbourne leads off in the 8th. 2-6, grounds to third, and here we go. Back up top, Richie Hebner. 65, he strikes out, and it's Clemente. I guess we should show you cards. This could be the end of. This could be the final swing of Roberto Clemente's 1971 card. 341 average, was in the All-Star game, 13 home runs, was the World Series MVP. And here is Roberto Clemente's at-bat. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. 58 off Bob Johnson. Flies to center field. Big game, Bob Johnson. That's been his nickname for me in the carryover league since he was with the Royals like 3 years ago. By the way, Bob Johnson, hate to tell you this, Pirate fans watching on YouTube, he's a Pirate. He was 9-10 with a 3.45 ERA in 71, and he is 3 outs away from ending your season. Bottom of the 8th, Bob Moose to Joe Haig. 6-10, third X. Hebner's a 3E12. Makes the play. The Toy Cannon, Jim Wynn, who had the big blast earlier. That's all they've done. 1-4, flies to center field. Matter of fact, the Houston offensive output, I gotta mention this now. Remember, they got shut out in game 1. They got a solo home run by Doug Rader in game 2 and losing 13-1. They have a 2-run homer here. That's it. That is it. That's all they've done in 3 games against the Pirates. Give some props to Blass, Moose, and Rooker. Pitching out of their minds. We haven't even seen Hernandez and Justy because we haven't needed them. But the Pirates are still facing elimination. Unbelievable. 2 outs. Joe Morgan. 4-11 off Moose. This is left X. This would be Stargell. He's a 3E4 in left field. That's not an error. Now it is. After plugging the 4 in there, that is a 2-base error on an E4 outfielder. It's a very low probability that it happened. Tough break for the Pirates there. 2 outs. It's Bob Watson. You need to get this guy out. Just let me just double check this and see if I want Moose to do it or somebody else, just to get to the 9th inning down by a run. Nope, I want Moose to do it. He's your boy. Bob Moose to Bob Watson. 6-11 will be an X. This is first X. We got Bob Robertson, who's a 2E11 at first. A 2E11, and he makes the play. And here we are, folks. Buckle up. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. The Pirates are on the clock. With Willie Stargell, Bob Robertson, and Al Oliver, can they try and recreate their 1971 World Series championship? This is it, the last chance. We've been waiting 4 years and have gotten nothing out of the Pirates. And after this, you got 72, and then they start to decline until the late 70s. This could very well be it. We'll give you each card. It's Willie Stargell. Here it is, the 71 Stargell card. Arguably the best year of his career. 48 homers, a .295 average. They didn't give him the MVP. Torrey and Aaron were also amazing, so there's that. They gave him an honorary MVP for his 79 performance. And so here we are, Pop Stargell in the 9th. All of Houston's defense is in there. Here is the pitch. 4-7 off Bob Johnson. Is single. 1-2-6 off his card, and Pops cannot deliver. It's a 16. He lines out. Now you've got Bob Robertson. Must take a look. 71 Bob Robertson, 26 home runs, a .271 batting average. His best year in this timeline for the Pirates. Probably the last year for the Pirates. Bob Robertson, here is the pitch. 2-10, he reaches. Bob Robertson with a base hit. Now, do you run for the guy? He's a 10 runner, down a run in the 9th. On the bench, you have Frank Tavares sitting there doing nothing. Frank Tavares is now running. He won't steal, I don't think. But he's a 16 runner. And he, in this case, we had the same situation in the Toronto game. Do you go catcher's indifference, let him go to second base so that you don't hit that single plus, or do you hold him? In this case, because you've got some stud hitters, I don't want that guy to get to second base, so we will hold him here. We won't let him go to second base because Oliver and Stennett are too deadly with an RBI single in this situation. So, let's take a look at Al Oliver. You saw him earlier. We'll see him again. Runner at first is Tavares. Oliver, a .312 hitter with 12 homers in 1972. I don't even think of hitting him running here. I'm not that silly. I'll do something like that. Al Oliver will swing away. Here is the pitch. 6-11 off Johnson. Oh no, it's pitcher X. He's an E24. It's right in the middle. Not particularly good though. This is like a win or die, double play or error situation. A E24 pitcher. You got to plug in the proper E rating. It's 24. It's currently an error. Now you plug his E rating in. It stays an error. Bob Johnson, like I said, right in the middle or the lower half of the E rating for pitchers, and he commits one. Now he's on the books for a potential loss. Oh boy, folks. And in a game where Stennett has not been pulled for defense yet, okay, because they haven't had a lead in this one. They brought Mazeroski in the last 2 games. Not today. And so, here we go. Let's take a peek. Rennie Stennett. .353 batting average in 1971. Last time we'll see this card. I'll hit .336 in 77. We're not close to that. And he can forget a lot of his fielding mistakes. Miscues could go away, could be washed away with a big hit here. First and second, 2 outs. Do we go to a different pitcher? I'm going to look at Lindsay here. And we're going to do it. We're going to pull Bob Johnson. And we're going to go to Frank Lindsay. He actually puts a lot fewer runners on base. Frank Lindsay is going to come out of the Houston bullpen with 2 runners on and 1 out in the 9th. Lindsay was their closer. He was actually a Cardinal in 1971. 4-3 with a 2.14 ERA, 99 innings. So, used to play the Pirates and Cardinals. So you figure Lindsay knows this team. Frank Lindsay's been the closer all year, done a pretty good job, and now he's asked to get 2 outs. Frank Lindsay in the 9th against the guy with the highest batting average on the team, Rennie Stennett. And here is the pitch to Rennie Stennett. 1-5! Rennie Stennett, here's the pitch. It's homer. No, it's triple. 1-17, double the rest. He wipes the bases clear with a triple. Off his card, a 1-5. Finally, Rennie Stennett pays off for the Pirates. Facing elimination, a 2-run triple off the Houston closer with 1 out in the 9th inning. Scoring both runs, giving the Pirates a 3-2 lead. My goodness. Ramon Hernandez, Dave Justy is warming. Oh, this is going to take forever, I predict, folks. Infield up with 1 out. You got the Cobra, Dave Parker. Got to keep it up with 1 out. And the pitch to Dave Parker. 68 off Lindsay's a pop to short. They cannot bring that insurance run in. And with 2 outs, it's Manny Sanguin. Let's take a look at him, the .298 hitting catcher. As a 1 with a -3 arm as well. Fantastic year for him in 72. And here's the pitch. 210 for Sanguin. Homer 1-211. It's going to be a double. Won't make it a 4-2 game. The Astro crowd is stunned. They came. It looks like, wow, a 3-game sweep could change everything in the National League if these clown Pirates get into the playoff tournament. Everything changes in the National League. The Atlanta Braves, the #1 seed in the National League, suddenly has some indigestion. Because they were hoping and praying that the only other serious threat to them, at least based on roster, not record, is the Pittsburgh Pirates. And oh my goodness, the National League is now upside down. Larry Milbourne. Runner at second, 2 outs, the pitch to him. Bounces to short. And here we go, folks. Buckle up. We need a first baseman. By the way, we got to give that run score to Tavares here. We need a first baseman. And our options are Al Oliver and Al Oliver, which means Richie Zisk has to play center field in the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, there's a chance now. Al Oliver has to play at first base where Robertson was. And Zisk goes into center field. He's a 4 center fielder. That could be big here. In a 4-2 game, in the 9th inning, Bob Moose will start it like it's Cedeno, Cruz, and Rader in the bottom of the 9th as the Astros are collapsing in front of our eyes. We have seen this problematic Astro team. We've seen them blow out and sweep teams and then get swept. It has been up and down, up and down, up and down all season for the Astros. The most polarizing club in this. They've had 4-game sweeps and now they're collapsing. It's just incredible. Bottom of the 9th, Cesar Cedeno will lead off. Let's take a look at Cedeno's card. His magnificent 72. 320 average, 22 home runs. He'll have a long career here moving forward. No worry about his season ending or career ending. The pitch to Cesar Cedeno. 68 off of Moose is a base hit. Cedeno singles off the Moose card. There are Pirate fans wondering, why have you not gone to your back end? And that might happen very well now. Cedeno will just run down to second base on indifference with a 2-run lead. The batters Jose Cruz and then Rader. And they're not going to let Moose face the lefty. He's done his work needed to this point. He leaves after 8 and a batter. You've got to figure out how to get Hernandez and Justy to end this thing. And my bag is I just go Justy here. Because I know those lefties are coming up and I welcome them. Yeah, Justy. It's Cruz, Cater, Edwards, Metzger, Haig. 4 of the next 5 are lefties. Well, good luck. I'm bringing in a righty who kills lefties. Here he is. Let's take a look, folks. Dave Justy, one of the best closers of 72. He had a 1.92 ERA in 75 innings against lefties. He has a few singles on his card, and that is it. And he's asked to get the final 3 outs of this remarkable comeback by the Pirates. They needed to win all 3 games, 2 of the 3 on the road. They're 3 outs away from completing the task. Cedeno's at second base, and it's Jose Cruz. Let's take a look at Jose. He actually was a Cardinal in 71, but we pushed him into Houston much sooner because he blossoms in Houston. The .274 average, 9 home runs here. He is the tie run. Double play has been taken off the board with Cedeno at second base. And the pitch to Jose Cruz. 68 off Justy is a strikeout. Now you got Doug Rader. Plenty of power here. And like I said, Justy gives up singles to lefties, but he's got a homer on his card against righties. And Doug Rader, take a look at him. Doug Rader had 22 home runs with this .237 average. No risk for a double play here as well, doesn't matter. And here is the pitch to Doug Rader. 2-9! Doug Rader crushes one. Double 1 to 4, single. It's a base hit, and we got a 1-run game. Cedeno crosses the plate. The tie run is at first, and Doug Rader, an 11 runner. But there's nobody left to run on this bench. So Rader has to stay at first for Johnny Edwards, left-handed hitting catcher. Let's take a look at him. A .268 hitter for the Astros in 72 with 5 homers and 332 at-bats. Big moment here for Johnny Edwards in what is now a 4-3 game with 1 out. The tying run at first. The winning run is Johnny Edwards. He could walk off the Astros into the playoffs on a 2-10 with some help. Here is the pitch. Johnny Edwards. 1-3. It's a fielder's choice. He lays out the catcher. Give him credit for legging out the non-double play. It's a fielder's choice. 5-4. Now with 2 outs, it's Roger Metzger. And take a look at this card, folks, because there's an outlier chance on this. You don't need a homer, but a triple would certainly help. And Roger Metzger has triple 1 to 17 on 2-7 that could tie this thing. On the bench, you got Menke, you got Dick Billings. Menke has power. No, he doesn't. He does not have power. He's got a home run on his card, but he doesn't have power. He has a ton of walks. And you got Joe Haig on deck. It's just not going to work. Metzger's going to have to swing away here with 2 outs. In the bottom of the 9th inning, they don't go to Billings or Menke. With their season on the line, they're going to let Metzger swing away and cross their fingers. Oh, this seems like a mistake. This seems like they should bring in the right-handed hitting Menke. But here's the issue. Before I even do this, I sort of remember that Joe Haig is a left-handed batter on the bench. And he's not a very good hitter. And all you have left would be Dick Billings after that. So Roger Metzger will swing away here in the bottom of the 9th. Here is the pitch. 4-5, it's a moot point. It's off the Justy card, and that's a column with no hits in it. It is fly ball to left. See? Dave Justy and the Pirates have done it, folks. They've come all the way back, needing 3 straight wins against the Astros. And they have done it and stunned the Astros and knocked them out of the playoffs, knocked them out of the number 5 spot. The Pirates have they go from number 8 in the National League. They're in the playoffs. We don't know where they are in the playoffs, but they're in. 3 games over 500, along with the Cubs who are 3 over 500, along with the Cardinals who are 3 over 500, and the Phillies. That's 7 teams. Joining Portland, the Giants, and the Braves. So we'll have to sort that out in the next series. Yeah, but my goodness. They did it, folks. The Pirates did it. Lindsey, he doesn't get the loss. It is Bob Johnson with the 2 runs. Yeah, it's a tough loss for Bob Johnson because of his own error here. He makes an error on a comebacker. Well, yeah. Tavares was at first. And he was being held. That's right, he was being held because they feared Oliver getting the hit if you let him go to second base. But boy, the error kills Bob Johnson. Frank Lindsay gives up the triple, 2 hits and an insurance run. With the error involved, only one of those 3 runs in the 9th was earned. 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 were earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Bob Johnson in a loss. Justy does get the save, not without some drama. He gives up a hit and a K. Allows the inherited runner to score, doesn't hurt him. In a 4-3 victory. Moose gives up 3 hits and 3 runs, and you really have to, I mean, the Astros, folks, they just played terribly in this series. Got shut out, a solo homer by Doug Rader, and just 3 hits off of Bob Moose in this game, but luckily got 3 runs off of them. 2 walks and a couple strikeouts. 1019, 0109, 4834. 1623, 2316. So if you're wondering, what do you need to do in Strat to win the whole thing? Well, the Pittsburgh Pirates just demonstrated it. Come back and win on the road, get good starting pitching, timely hitting, put up a game where you get double-digit runs. They did all of that. Finally, when it matters the most here, with their season barely hanging in there. And 1-loss record does not matter anymore. That is over. The Pirates are a dangerous team. It's one of those situations where nobody talks playoffs. You're forbidden to say playoffs, but now that they're in, now they can talk like crazy men and talk about winning the World Series. The Astros 20-19 fade, just a game over 500. They hit .239 this year with a 3.56 ERA. And they are toast. They're done. And your Pirates, they have to wait and see how this Pittsburgh, how this Philadelphia, St. Louis situation plays out. Pirates are hitting .277 with a 3.64 ERA. Justy got his 7th save. Moose got his 6th win. Rennie Stennett, by the way, as it turns out, Rennie, they put him in the middle of the lineup because they want to use that 353 batting average to drive in runs, not get on base. He doesn't walk a lot. So he has 22 RBI, which is a lot for him. 41 for 120. 342 average. Let's take a peek at the overall standings here. Houston, sorry. Hate to take that number 5 away from you, but it's gone. And the West, oh, the West, how the West looks awful here. Look over there and look over here. Nobody west of the Mississippi is doing squat except for the White Sox, the A's, the expansion Portland team, and the Giants. Everybody else, it's all up here. And look at this division. I guess for 5 minutes I'll put the Pirates at number 6. I mean, it's, and that's not even fair either, really. This is really not realistic at all. Here's what we know. The Cubs cannot win a head-to-head tiebreaker with the Pirates because they lost their, we can pull that one up. We can look at the series result, and why not do it now, right? Since we're doing this, Pirates and Cubs played in the second series. Pirates and Cubs in the second series. I'll bring this up and find a result for you. Find out. I might be wrong. Maybe it is the Cubs who beat the Pirates. We'll check it out. All right. No, it's a 5-game series. That's, yeah. Here it is. Here's game 5 of a best of 7. Pittsburgh beats the Cubs 5-2. So they are 4-1 against the Cubs this year. That's +3 in the tiebreaker. So that's a pretty powerful tiebreaker there between the two teams. The only problem is the Pirates, it looks like the Pirates or the Cardinals are going to win this division because the Cubs are in. And the only question now is, do the Cardinals win the division by taking, they're 3 over 500. If they take 2 out of 3 or 2 straight out of Philadelphia, it'll be 4 or 5 over 500. That wins the division, and the Pirates and Cubs are wild card. The Cardinals could completely be eliminated. Then the Pirates win the division, and the Cubs and the Phillies are your wild card teams. So that's what the Cardinals are playing for now. It's win it all. My goodness, win the division and be the number 3 seed, or be eliminated. So that's what the Cardinals played. At least the Cubs don't have that worry. They're playing baseball. They're just not going to win the division. That's it tonight from the National League. Break up the Pirates, and we historically can keep their dream alive of a 71 World Series championship. I've not had a Pirate championship, and I can't remember. A very long time. It is still available. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.